We read an article recently saying that new working day to start your working stress is a Sunday night. So we just wanted to discuss our thoughts on it and whether we believe that Sunday night is the new Monday morning.
I'd say I definitely agree. Because you kind of get to Sunday night, the weekend's over, you start thinking about everything to do on Monday morning. And I wouldn't say your stress starts, but you start making a mental note of everything you have to do as soon as you get into work. And you kind of just start planning your day then and there. If you started as soon as you got into the office on Monday, you're going to be a little bit behind, so it's nice to have, say nice, you kind of have to have an awareness of what you have to do when you come into work on a Monday.
So do you mind if you get an email from your manager at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night with stuff that you've got to do on Monday morning?
I wouldn't have said so. Another thing to do.
It would depend on the content of the message. I mean, I think it's fair that sometimes things just do crop up last minute and sometimes things do need immediate attention, but I think if you understand what the email is asking you, if there was an immediate need and you're happy to jump on it, that would be okay. Again, if it was something where
so if it's just that someone's sending you a list so that some things to remember, they don't need anything to be done till the next morning.
Yeah.
And that's even if you look at it on a Sunday.
Well, I think that's exactly the point, isn't it? It's up to you whether you check your email or not. Like, personally, I don't mind. I do check my emails on a Sunday night, check my emails all through the weekend. That, for me, that's part of it. So actually, I don't mind. I'll quite often be responding to queries on social media, emails, etc., over the weekend, and I'm all right with that.
Yeah, so I work quite flexibly as well. So I would say it depends on the tone and the content. So if it's just a reminder, or if it's something that urgently needs doing, if I've looked at it, I'm quite happy acting on it if it's needed.
If I was employing someone, the concern would be, are they emailing because they feel like they can't get what they need to get done during the week, or are they doing it because they're just being proactive? Because I do think there's a difference.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So if I was employing someone, I just want to make sure and understand that as long as they weren't under any pressure and that it wasn't because they didn't feel they could get their stuff done in their normal working hours. I guess that's the thing about flexible working, is that everyone's hours are different, and everyone has a different way of
normal working hours.
Exactly.
Really, I suppose we're definitely not here at Red Wigwam, but I'd say in other offices as well, the 9 till 5 is that really a thing for.
Well, it's about the culture of the organisation, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we are all aware that we all work flexibly, so you won't necessarily send an email or receive one at a sort of between the hours strictly of 9 to 5.
It's one of them. It's if you see the email and you can reply to it, then there's nothing to stop you replying to it, especially if you get them through on your phone. And then obviously if it's a bit more complicated and you get on a Sunday night, there's no problem leaving it to the Monday morning.
I suppose that in very traditional forms of organisations, they perhaps view it very differently, and if it depends on what sort of your job is, and if it's very task orientated, and if that task sets off a domino effect of a load of other actions, then it might be viewed differently.
Yeah, or if it's something that you might find difficult, would that trigger off some stress? That's what on a Sunday night that wouldn't be there if you hadn't looked at that, or it hadn't been sent until Monday morning. I don't find anything wrong with the manager clearing off their own task list on a Sunday night. They've chosen to do that.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's up to me. I've chosen to read that email and whether I'm going to act on it there and then or not.
It's about how you approach the week, isn't it? And my working week isn't necessarily just Monday to Friday. Sometimes it might just be a note or a memoir that will help you with the next day that's coming.
So whilst everything at the moment feels it might be like an ad hoc response to an email, do you think in the future we're going to see a Sunday night requirement written into job descriptions in the future, or with the nature
some jobs would be like that anyway.
Yeah.
If you were running a bar or a pub, then Sunday night might be the time that you get loads of admin done.
Yeah.
I really do think that the 9 till 5 in an office is absolutely becoming a thing of the past, if I'm honest.
I think it depends on the industry.
I don't know. I think as time moves, it may change further. We're all connected all the time. It's hard to see that moving out. I know you're right, maybe there are some
I think in some industries where there's security aspects and logging in and logging out of the systems are very different. They might be very traditional, that they work sort of like slightly longer days and get Friday afternoons off, and those Friday afternoons are actually quite sacred. They tend not to, but it massively depends on industry.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.